stuff.
Welcome to The Other Half. I'm Brittany Jelinski.
And I'm Rob Carrera. As we all know, Marist is the best D1 school at the college.
Not only is Marist providing for talented students who play sports such as, football, baseball, basketball, tennis.
Brittany, all the real athletes play intramurals. Everyone knows that, okay?
Well, if you're trying to say that students who are not athletes still get to participate in intramural and club sports, then you're absolutely right. Most people join these leagues for fun. And if you enjoy fun, then do not play soccer with Rob.
What is that supposed to mean?
The real Portuguese comes out in you.
I'm a very passionate player and lover. You ask anyone, okay? They know.
Right.
They know.
So anyway, what is it about sports that gets people so involved and committed? Is it to be on a certain team? I mean, the Super Bowl is basically a national holiday. And think about all of the great movies that are based on sports and their history.
Brittany is literally the least athletic person I've ever met in my entire life. Love you.
All right.
So unathletic, it's great. But what's your favorite sport if you had to pick one?
So my favorite sport would definitely have to be, I think, lacrosse. I really like lacrosse, yeah.
I wouldn't see that.
Played for like a week in high school.
How did that go? Phenomenal? In one word. Describe it in one word real quick.
Interesting.
Interesting. I knew you were going to say that. Look at you. A fiasco, basically. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge soccer fanatic. Got the soccer jersey on. But besides that, probably if I had to sum it, surprisingly, I really like to watch hockey.
I love watching hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey's actually my favorite sport.
I know. Well, there you go.
All right. I just got a little excited. This is definitely the feminist coming out in me, but I have to say, girl athletes have come such a long way in history. It's great to see that women are being seen more as equals in the world of sports.
No, absolutely. That's very true. And for a long time, women weren't even really allowed to participate in sports, which is a shame.
Rob, did you know that the first ever female college athletes attended a school we all know, Vassar College?
But of course it was Vassar. But, honestly, that's awesome to see that a group of, just young individuals, especially girls, change the world by having fun, just getting out there. And I feel like college is always the time and place to take a stand.
One particular subject that comes up in sports, and I thought this was a high school thing, but I've realized, I guess, it's a college thing as well as it is probably just a life thing. And that is that women are attracted to athletes.
That is the understatement of the century. I could write literally another book about that because women on this campus are crazy about the football players. In fact, they just love them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that women are attracted more to like muscles and being fit and
like
being
me.
strong. Yeah. Just like you. Well, according to numerous studies over the last few years, women prefer men who are tall and muscular because this demonstrates that they're, healthy. They live a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, I agree.
And since women are subconsciously looking for a mate, when we look at a man who has an athletic build, we see a man that will live a long and a healthy life.
Prosperous, really.
Yeah, and they'll pass those good genes onto our children.
Well, honestly, I can't complain with good genes, nor can I compete with them. But enough of this science talk. Honestly, it kind of gets to me. How about the fact that throughout the history of athletic men, that they've proved that time and time again they can be jerks.
Our team, Kevin Bruckner and Peter Romano,
of course,
here at Other Half, conducted a little experiment to see if that's true. So I guess we'll see what their results were.
I think girls are more attracted to athletes than non-athletes.
I would say so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
I feel like they are.
Yeah, I believe you could say that.
It depends. Depends on if I met them and their personalities are nice.
I think there are girls out there, honestly, who like smart, talented individuals who are not necessarily good athletically.
I mean, maybe some girls are attracted to a certain sport or something like that, but otherwise it's probably just based on general attractiveness in general.
I mean, looks is what originally attracts you to a person, so at first, yeah.
Just the fact that you're an athlete especially at a college, a D1 program, I think it adds a certain appeal.
They like the boys with the muscles and they like that they're on the football or baseball team or sports team. It's the idea they like better.
I just feel like athletes are more attractive. Is that
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the people tend to go towards big buff guys.
Depending on what type of athlete, I would say like lacrosse players, baseball, football.
I'd like to say fencers, since I'm a fencer.
I mean, the blades.
Yeah. Girls like guys with weapons.
Of course they do. I think they're attracted more like the lacrosse.
We call them laxitudes. A lot of girls like the lacrosse players.
Football and baseball.
Probably football, lacrosse.
The big three: football, baseball, lacrosse, and even soccer.
Like football and lacrosse or baseball, any of those three.
Football or track.
Not baseball players?
Nah, we don't get too much around here.
I'd have to say swimming and diving, obviously, just because we're usually not fully dressed all the time. They supposedly have like the best bodies.
They
or
got
whatever.
the swimmer's body.
The swimmer's body, exactly.
I hope fencers are up there. I mean, I'd love to hear that someday for sure, but I would say football probably.
Reporting from the McCann Center, I'm Kevin Bruckner. Back to you guys.
Wow. So I think from that video we have learned that not only does every girl love athletes, but everyone who knows a girl assumes that they love athletes.
This is an assumption. I love that guy who
The
was a fencer.
fencing
The
guy?
fencing
Oh
guy.
my God,
I'm a fencer, and they love weapons. Oh, you got a good weapon at your side, whatever. You whip that crap out. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor, all right.
It's a, what do they call that? Oh crap!
Sexual
It's in our
innuendo?
gender and media class.
Sexual
a Freudian thing.
Freudian penis. Right.
Something. A Freudian symbol.
Freudian symbol. That's fine.
That's a fence sword. That's
No,
what that
everyone
is.
said football though. What's going
Everyone
on? Do
said
they just have
football.
some sort of musk or radiance? Do
Well,
they walk with a swagger?
From the
or-
girls that I have polled, they will remain anonymous. It is the asses that girls like on football.
I've
nice-
never looked. Maybe I should start. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. No, not that they're not good-looking guys, but like overwhelming amount of
I think
people
it's
say
because
football.
like football players. Well, one guy said in the video, it didn't actually get into the sequence, but he went on about football players, and he said he was like, everyone loves football, and I think that's why
It
girls
is
like
an
football
American,
players.
Thing. They
But I
love it.
think also it's like football players don't look like normal human beings. They are so muscular and like strong and big. It's like almost intimidating.
Especially with those pads and that helmet on, I would not like to do that. No, I could maybe be a kicker, maybe if there's enough blockage.
I just thought it was
blocking.
interesting that maybe like 2 or 3 people were like, I think it depends on a person's personality, and pretty much everyone else was like, yes, girls like sports. I mean, girls like athletes. Why do you think girls like athletes? They just do.
They just do. Is there science behind it? Like, if I honestly had to ask you, what is it about athletes? Like, what is it about them? Why do girls love them?
Well, I'm happy you ask. So, there are football players, and these guys are usually huge, like I said, with massive arms, and they are sculpted. I mean, everything is sculpted. And then there's basketball. They are tall and also very sculpted, but less broad than football players. Baseball players are just a good time, like I feel if you're hanging out with baseball, you're hanging out with America. These guys are usually sweet, they can make you laugh, and they're usually very handsome. When it comes to lacrosse, I have to bring up the hair and the entire culture really. A lot of girls are very attracted to the whole lax bro style. With swimmers, you can count on them having a six-pack. Every girl loves a swimmer's body. And of course, track guys are my absolute favorite guys. They're usually extremely smart, and if you notice, they're usually involved with a lot of other activities on campus, not just running. Also, a guy that does run cross country or track, he is going to be in shape for the rest of his life. He will never, ever be out of shape.
Wow. That is
a little tired.
Not only impressive, did you have footnotes? Did you research all of that? That was really concise, well done research.
Well, it's based mostly on observation, and experience.
Oh, is it? Because you didn't mention soccer once.
Yeah, Rob, actually, I was leaving the soccer up to you, so why don't you take it away? Why
Well,
should a girl date a soccer player?
Why? Honestly, not even kidding. I've done a lot of soccer camps, and usually your stamina's very high. So you have your mixture of guys with six packs, guys with the flow, guys. A lot of times, guys, and I do it too. They have that haircut, very short on the side, very long on top. It's sexy,
So basically, girls, you should date soccer players.
Just try it out.
And we've spent a lot of time talking about what girls like about athletes. But do you think being a girl and being an athlete makes you, more attractive to guys?
It's possible. I've definitely seen it where even in like baggy pants, I think some girls are extremely attractive, because they're also in great shape.
They're in phenomenal
Sometimes
shape.
guys find it very intimidating to like date or be with a girl that's in better shape than them, but it just means that she's really taking care of herself. She's well put together, and it shows that she's committed actually. So that's really like subconsciously, like that commitment thing is huge,
Yeah. I know, and definitely the bonds that you can form with like a girl athlete, especially as a guy, because if you love soccer and your girlfriend's a soccer player, there you go.
Right away you have always something to talk about.
Yeah.
Too, No, I agree. I also think girls are just so attracted to, that kind of thing that you can just bond over. You
Oh,
know?
yeah, like
a
the
common
bond.
interest, and especially guys who are like really weird and nerdy with things like that. So we're very into that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But like you were trying to say, it's a lot of fun to go to a game, and if you were dating someone who loves the same sports team as you, it's easier to open yourself up, which is very important.
That's true, but on the opposite end of the coin, sometimes it's hard if you and your significant other awkwardly do not like the same team. Like, how do you handle that situation?
Ooh,
You know,
that's a good point.
right? I feel like
Well, depending on how dedicated they are, it can be very tough. But basically, if you even have a doubt in your mind that your significant other is not worth your obsession of people you don't know who play for maybe a few years on your favorite team, then the relationship is really not that meaningful. I mean, I really don't like Philadelphia teams. I'm from New Jersey. I like New York teams. I like the Rangers. I like the Knicks. I like the Jets. I like the Yankees. But I'm not going to blow someone off that's really great just because they like the Eagles or the Phillies or something. That's just ridiculous.
Well, I do agree with you. You got that one right, Britt. Honestly, we've covered a lot of valuable material today. You know,
We have.
overall, sports are fun, athletes are hot. If
Yeah.
you're going to take a quick conclusion of an essay, that's
I
about
mean,
it.
that sounds about right. And, Rob and I will be here, and we will answer all of your burning relationship questions.
That should be one of the best episodes we've had in a long time. Even
Exactly.
though every episode is the best episode.
So tune in. As always, you're watching The Other Half. I'm Brittany Jelinski.
And I'm Rob Carrera. You stay classy.
Thank you for watching.
Girl, I'm going through puberty, so touch me.
Glad you have the towel shirt again.
This is the towel shirt.
Only know you love her when you let her go. You always have to finish the chorus. Shh. Quiet in the set.
Yeah.
He didn't say that. I didn't hear the floor manager say it. Hello, I am Rob. You know I love you.
True, Ryan Gosling started in Remember the Titans.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan
if you
Gosling,
can't get behind
everybody.
Ryan Gosling, you have no soul. All right.